Yo, what is going on YouTube? Welcome to another Orion Tech Tips video. In today's video, I want to talk about my experience with the iPhone 8 Plus for 4 years. So I had the iPhone 8 Plus for 4 years. Yeah, I got it when I was 13 and now I'm 17. And I just traded in for an iPhone 13 Pro Max. I'm going to talk about my experience with I've barely been using it, or I just got it. So I'll talk about my experience with the 13 Pro Max in like a few upcoming videos, but I wanted to talk about my experience with the 8 Plus. So I've had it for 4 years. I used it every single day for 4 years, and yeah, multiple hours a day, heavy usage. What was my experience with the 8 Plus? So I haven't, like, I sprinkled in a few, like, gameplay, is it worth it, should you upgrade here, but I haven't really talked about, I wish, like, the day before I was going to sell my iPhone 8 Plus, I, like, actually hold it in my hands to show, okay, this is what the performance is like on iOS 15.4, because that was the last iOS update I had on it. I wish I did that, but unfortunately, I forgot to. So I'm just going to talk about my experience because I don't have the phone anymore, so I can't really show you guys. I am recording on the iPhone 13 Pro Max, so this is my first video recording on the iPhone 13 Pro Max. So yeah, hopefully the quality is good. Yeah. You can do 4K 60 front facing, which you couldn't with the iPhone 8 Plus, so that's pretty cool. So anyway, what was it like? So when I first got my iPhone 8 Plus, as you guys know, well, may have known, I upgraded from the LG V20. I made gameplay performances on the LG V20. I unboxed the LG V20 on my YouTube channel. I definitely did a lot with it. I live streamed on that phone. I recorded with that phone. But yeah, anyway, so this is an LG V20. So okay, anyway, a year later, I get the 8 Plus. And keep in mind, I'm like literally holding on to my phone for maybe a few months, a year, 2 years at most, and then just getting rid of it. But I had the iPhone 8 Plus for 4 years, which is very rare. Which was the first time I ever kept a phone that long. So anyway, I get the iPhone, so I get the iPhone 8 Plus. I sign a 2-year contract with the 8 Plus. That way I can just get it for a cheaper price. So I think it was like $960, I believe. Yeah, so it was $960. This was, I believe, the iPhone 8 Plus, black 256 gigabyte. Yeah, well, yeah, so it was the most expensive iPhone 8 line there is out there. So yeah, I keep it on for 2 years, and I'm not really sure when the 2 years expired. We were in the middle of the pandemic, and I kind of just forgot to upgrade, and I didn't really bother, even though, like, it was 2 years up. I'm like, can I upgrade? And, stores are closed, so, like, a bunch of, like, weird stuff happened, but then I keep getting, like, notifications, of, like, deals and stuff, but I kind of just ignore them. So anyway, yeah, so I had it for 2 years now. So what was my experience with the 8 Plus? Well, I watched a ton of, before getting it, I probably watched, like, a ton of, like, Marquez Brownlee. I know Nick Ackerman made, like, a ton of, like, really good videos on it. I've been watching that guy for years now. Oh my god, like, over 5+ years now. It's crazy to think about. But yeah, so I got that phone. Battery life was actually really good. I know I got that phone. A big reason why I got that phone was because I could play Fortnite on it. I didn't have a laptop at the time, and I believe, was it before it came to Switch? I'm not really sure, but, like, I believe, yeah, it was before Fortnite came to the Nintendo Switch. So I couldn't, like, bring my Switch, because I didn't have a laptop, so the only way to play Fortnite portably was on the iPhone. So that was, like, really cool to me, because I was just going to get another Android phone but I wanted to play Fortnite, so that is literally the only reason why I went with an iPhone, was to play Fortnite. Now you can't play it on any device, I'm pretty sure, because yeah, that whole scandal thing, and then Apple removed it from the App Store. Not really sure why Epic did that, but yeah. If you know, you know. So anyway, you can't play Fortnite on any... I mean, you used to play it on Android as well. Like a year later, it came to Android, but now you can't play it on any device or any phone. So yeah, battery life was pretty good. Performance was still, it was great when I got it, and still, even when I handed it in, it was running iOS 15.4, so that was like, what, it was 4 years later, or like 4 or 5 years later. Still performed really good. When I'm in an app or when I'm gaming, it performed pretty well. My only complaint was the, like, okay. My only complaint with the iPhone 8 Plus is it's hard, you can't really transfer in between apps. It doesn't really, like, hold them open in the background. So you can't really, like, transfer between game to game to game, because it will need to reload it, because it only has 3 GB of RAM. So when you've seen some of my videos I made on iPhones, I keep saying, why is there so little RAM? Because even on the iPhone 13 Pro Max, it has 6, or on the 12 Pro, it has 6 as well. But compared to Android phones, they have like 12 to 18. I saw like a phone with 22 gigabytes of RAM. So yes, Apple has arguably the most powerful processor of all time, which is the A15 Bionic. Be nice to have some more RAM with it, just so it can hold apps open in the background. Which, yeah, so it kept having to reload, which is definitely annoying. And the battery life did start to degrade, unfortunately. It started off pretty good. I mean, I could last definitely like a day with it. I mean, I was using the phone fairly heavily, doing like a ton of gaming, I was like editing videos. A lot of videos you see are edited with that iPhone 8 Plus in LumaFusion. So yeah, I mean, the iPhone 8 Plus did pretty good, but then, like, when I'm literally, it slowly started to degrade, and then, like, I'm literally trying to, like, I record a video, then I have to charge the phone, I edit the video, I have to charge the phone again, then I upload the video, I have to charge the phone again. I literally, that Anabar review I did with my cousin Jackson, we were filming the video, I was editing the video, and then I clicked upload. It was uploading, and then I walk in, the phone's, like, dead, and, like, I have to start the upload all over, because it died. So, that was very annoying. It was, like, at, like, 100% when I started. So, it just drains so fast. Which is, like, it held on to its power pretty well. Yeah, I mean, pretty well. But it definitely doesn't, the battery life really gave out, and the cameras weren't really up to par. I really wish I could do 4K 60 on the front-facing camera of the iPhone 8 Plus, which I couldn't. I wish I had a night mode. I wish I had a wide-angle lens. I wish I had the portrait front-facing, or just like a better portrait mode in general. I literally got the iPhone 8 Plus. Well, I mean, I got the iPhone 8 Plus for a lot of reasons. I wanted that extra gigabyte of RAM. I wanted that telephoto camera, and I wanted that that telephoto, and I wanted that bigger battery life. So it has a 2600 milliamp hour battery, and the iPhone 13 Pro Max has a 4300 milliamp hour battery. So it definitely, yeah, is on improvement, and I'm definitely starting to see it. I had to, like, the battery life was, yeah, I'd have to, like, literally bring a charger to school because it couldn't last. Whenever, like, like, some days I start off my morning with at the gym. I have so many battery life stories of the iPhone 8 Plus. I literally, so I go to the, like, I start school, I go to the gym before I start school. I'm working out, I'm using the Beastly app, How to Beasts app, free promotion there, you're welcome. Might do a video review on that app, but it's a pretty good app. Anyway, so I'm using the app, and this isn't anything to bash the app, I'm just trying to, it's the phone's fault, not the app's fault. I'm literally working out, I'm listening to a podcast, or it's either, I sometimes listen to audiobooks, sometimes listen to podcasts. I'm listening, so it's not really, shouldn't be taking up any battery life because it's background audio. I'm literally just writing down or just doing my workout. So it's really, I'm just scrolling and, like, clicking, like, what exercise I'm doing. And so I finished that. I'm barely using my phone at all, and I'm just using either Spotify, Apple Podcast, or Audible, and the Beastly app. And my phone's not on the entire time, and then I'm doing that, and then I get to school, my phone's at 14%. Keep in mind, I had 100 when I unplugged, and I wasn't really doing anything before that. So, the iPhone 8 Plus had pretty bad battery life. And yeah, I mean, I know a lot of people are going to bring up, well, battery health. Well, like, don't, like, plug in your phone. I hear, like, a ton of people say, well, don't charge your phone while you're on a FaceTime call. Well, what if you're on a really important FaceTime call, your call's about to, or your phone's about to die, in, like, an important business meeting? You would need to plug in. Like, you don't have really any other option. Even if you start at 100%, and it drains down to 5, and you're taking notes, you're having really good conversation, you can't just say, okay, bye, I'll call you when my phone's charged, call them in an hour. No, you have to plug in. Like, you don't really have any other choice. So yeah, battery life's an issue. Another example I can give is I was meeting a friend at the mall, so I had to pull out my map and just map it out. So I'm on my map app, and it's like an hour long, so my phone's at 100%. My friend's like, okay, meet me at this location, so I map it, and halfway through, my phone's already dead. I'm like, oh no. So luckily, I had a backup 10,000 milliamp hour power bank, so I plug in my phone, manages to charge up, and then I get to location, the map worked fine. So yeah, luckily. But imagine if I didn't have a charger, I'm trapped in the middle, well, not really trapped, but I'm in the middle of nowhere with no sense of direction. Like, that could be bad. So yeah, not very impressive battery life for the iPhone 8 Plus, which I know Apple, a lot of people are bragging the 8 Plus is better than the 8, so I'm really glad I didn't have the 8. Especially, I mean, like, longevity, the bigger phones with the better battery lives are definitely better, because they're going to perform better in the long run, because, I mean, if they both degrade at the same time, the larger phone with the larger battery is still going to last longer. Mr. Who's the Boss did, like, a battery test with the 13 Pro Max, and it lasted 10 hours, and I believe that was like 2.5 hours longer than the 13 Pro, which lasted 32 extra minutes than the 13, and the 13 mini didn't really last long at all. So yeah, the 13, I mean, so the 8 Plus, it was good. I did like hear a lot of, like, I mean, if you still have the 8 Plus today, or any fun of the home button, you're going to hear a lot of people making fun of the home button. Oh, you still have one of the older phones with the home button. Yes, I do. I think you would say that if I had the 10, and the 10 and the 8 Plus have the exact same components besides the screen. So, I mean, yeah. Why are you making fun of the phone if you don't really know anything about it? But, you know, my 9-year-old cousin Jackson loved to do that. Okay. Anyway, iPhone 8 Plus, what else can I talk about? It was a good phone. I definitely enjoyed using it. I didn't really mind the home button very much, but it's just, I mean, the 8 Plus, it's like 5 years old. And it really, I liked using it. It's just the battery life was pretty bad. The A11, it was old. It still performed. It wasn't amazing, but it was certainly manageable. I really didn't like know how amazing the 13 Pro Max would be. Like, for example, when I'm like on Snapchat, like this is something that I noticed like immediately. From the 13 Pro, for the 8 Plus to 13 Pro. So I'm on Snapchat. I send someone a snap. It happens pretty fast on the 8 Plus. So it says, so I click send. It takes me back to the photo, and you see like a loading sign that says sending, sent. It happens pretty fast. I'm like, okay, this is definitely a step up from the V20. I have a ton of LG V20 stories. That phone was a nightmare, so I kind of had to upgrade, but yeah. Anyway, so the LG V20, or the iPhone 8 Plus, it would load, it would take like maybe or a few seconds to send a snap. The iPhone 13 Pro Max, there is no loading screen. I click send, it just sends it. It was a shock at first, just how fluid it was, but I'm like, oh my gosh, like, that's crazy. But yeah, I mean, it really everything, performance a little bit, battery life definitely, cameras definitely, screen a little bit. You have a way better, like a way better screen on the 13 Pro Max. I didn't hate the screen of the iPhone 8 Plus. If you've like kept up with my iPhone XR videos, or the ones I posted a while back, I really did not. I mean, the XR, it flew off shelves. It sold a ton of phones to people that knew nothing about tech. But I mean, that phone, from a technical priced performance perspective, $750 US, that was a bad phone. I mean, I know a ton of people like argue with that, but you got 3 GB of RAM, a 720p display, single camera. I mean, for $750, get like a $500 Samsung, way better than that. But yeah, I was against that phone. I mean, now you can pick it up for pretty cheap, but when it launched, I'm against that $750 price tag for sure. I will talk about a little bit about the 13 Pro Max. Yes, I know it's not like the cheapest phone, but if you're wondering if if the price is justified, I'll talk about that. But, you know, yeah, I guess my iPhone 8 Plus, what I wanted was better battery life, better cameras. Yeah, I get better performance, better screen, pretty much just everything. I wish I had Touch ID. That's the only thing I want that I don't have. Like, for example, like, literally, I was wearing sunglasses, and it was like a super bright day outside. I'm wearing sunglasses, and I can't unlock my phone with Face ID, so I literally have to take off my sunglasses, stare at that bright, beaming sun, and then unlock my phone, put on my sunglasses. I have to do that, like, every single time I want to unlock my phone with sunglasses. Luckily, for reading glasses, I don't have to do that because it can see my eyes. But anything where you cover up your eyes, it won't work. Unfortunately, with 15.4, now it can unlock with a mask. And when I got my phone, it started running 15.4 because I got the green one, the newest one. Doesn't have anything to do with performance, just the color, and it comes with the iOS 15.4 instead of iOS 15. But yeah, okay, anyway, I'm starting to talk about the 13 Pro Max, so I'm going to film a different video with me talking about the 13 Pro Max. If you have any more questions with the iPhone 8 Plus, I could either answer them in the comments or just make a new video about it. But yeah, anyway, am I happy that I traded my 8 Plus for the 13 Pro Max? Yeah, I am. Do I hate the 8 Plus? The 8 Plus? No. It's certainly still usable. It's just not what it was. I just definitely feel like there's better options. I wouldn't recommend buying an 8 Plus today because there's certainly better phones on the market. But yeah, really, the 8 Plus A11, so it has 3 cores. 13 Pro Max has 5, 3 gigabytes of RAM versus 6. The new phone has 120 hertz. The 8 Plus didn't. It had 60. 5G, definitely an improvement. But yeah, okay. Like, subscribe, leave a comment. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace out.